Sinners podcast, providers, something new, something that we've been trying to get right for a bit of time now. Something different. Blue light, mental health. So this is where we explore things, or men's mental health. Well, we say men's mental health because it's like he says, it's a Sinners podcast made by men for men. We can't speak for women, but we do have a woman in the building. Let's do the introduction. What's your name, mate?
Charlotte.
And Charlotte, what's your biggest sin? I'm joking.
Do you really want to know?
We'll get that on a different day, on a different light.
Okay.
But Charlotte, just give a bit of an introduction to who you are and what you're doing here. Don't be shy.
Oh, I'm shy. I'm shy.
A bit of nerves. I'm scared too. I'm just putting it out there. It's scary. It's scary for a few people. You know what I mean? Like, just the thought of sitting down and talking to a therapist.
Bless you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to speak to your therapist.
I think what a therapist does is supposed to get into your mind, isn't it? Well, that's what people think. So the whole idea of someone trying to open you up and figure you out to find out maybe your deepest, darkest secrets.
Okay.
Can be daunting for some people.
That's right. That's true.
Not so much for me, I don't think. Maybe I am, and really I don't know. But but I understand why people would shy away from talking to a therapist or dealing with any kind of therapy and just keeping with their own thoughts.
There's so many reasons why people shy away from therapy, and that's why I'm here, I think, to hopefully bring some of the audience to therapy, because I think as our community needs it and our men need it especially.
100%.
So I'll give you a little bit of an introduction to me. Do you want to know what I do as a professional? Do you want to know my story and how I got to the profession?
We can start with your story and how you got to it, and then maybe the experience that you have, just so everyone knows.
Okay. Well, I'm raised in Handsworth. When I was about 7.5, I moved to Belgium.
Belgium, mad.
Yeah, I lived there for a couple of years. Went to boarding school.
Okay.
A beautiful experience, living in the country, living in a big manor house. I had to learn a different language. I could speak fluent Dutch. I can still count to about 1,000 in Dutch.
Yeah.
But I went to school, loved it. But what I would say is Belgium was very racist, or the kids were racist.
Okay.
So it was a tough time growing up, and then I came back to the UK, kind of a little bit just different, very, very Europeanized. Didn't really care about how I looked because kids are just free in Belgium.
Yeah.
Just wear what they want. And I remember coming back to school, starting in year 6, and it was just a tough time just fitting back in because I was kind of half Dutch speaking, half English.
Yeah.
Struggling at school. And then I went to secondary school, and the first couple of years were tough. I got bullied every day. To this day, I don't even know why. About 10 girls used to kind of follow me around school. Like, just made my life hell. Okay. And then I think I had one fight in year 9, and that was it. Changed my life. Boom. School was great.
What do you mean? So you won?
I won the fight. I wouldn't say I won the fight, but I fought back.
You fought back, okay.
And funny enough, me and the girl are very good friends to this day.
Okay.
But yeah, loved school. And then I went on to do hair and beauty, and it was funny how I got into that. I remember going to my teacher, you do work experience. And he said, "What do you want to do, Charlotte? Where do you want to go?" Yeah. I was like, you know what? I watched Silence of the Lambs, and I love Jodie Foster.
Okay.
And he's like, well, you can't be a psychiatrist. They don't have placements for psychiatrists.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, go and do hair and beauty. So I was like, okay. So I did 2 weeks of hair and beauty and absolutely loved it. Went to college. I remember the teachers kind of pulling me aside and saying, look, we're not going to do hair and beauty anymore. You need to pick either hairdressing or beauty. You can't do the both. And I'm like, am I failing? No. So I'm going to do the both. I was diagnosed with dyslexia. And I think learning that my IQ was above average gave me this sense of, I'm not stupid, because I think the world judges you on academically. Can you do this? Can you spell like this? Can you read like this? If you're not in top sets, then you kind of feel like you're just not the brightest kid in the bunch. But I always thought I was different, and I am intelligent in other ways. And having that dyslexic test, to be told that my IQ was above average, gave me this sense of confidence. Completed my hair and beauty course, and anyone that does hairdressing or beauty, you have to learn every freaking bone in the body, every hair follicle, every strand. And when I finished, I loved it. I think I wanted to do makeup. But I think what happened, I think I did a bit of beauty. Thought I didn't want to do fanny waxes for the rest of my life. So then I went into the mental health. And I remember going into support work thinking, oh God, who are all these strange people rocking, sitting in corners, looking very disheveled. I was very fearful of them. And I think within 6 months, love my job.
So you know when you say so you went into the mental health, like what was the transition from the makeup to the mental health like?
Because I knew I wanted to get back into either psychiatry, counselling, something in that field. And I think I remember having a conversation with someone, and they says, well, you're a bit young to go into psychology at the moment. I think it was psychotherapy I was looking at the time. You need to go away and get some experience and then come and jump on the course when you're 25. And that's what I did. I went and got loads of experience. I was a tenancy support worker, mental health support worker, youth support worker, scheme manager. For young, elderly, whatever, anything you can think of, every kind of support work, I've done it. I did that for about 10 years, and then I went in to do my psychotherapy. So my course that I did was an integrative psychotherapeutic course. So what I do is I'm an integrative psychotherapeutic counsellor. It's like one of the highest counsellors you could be. So what that is psycho is Latin for mind. And therapy is what I use to work with your mind. There's over 500 different types. There's 500 different types of therapy. And my type that I do is I'm an integrative therapist. So if you ever hear integrative, that means you can use 2 or more modalities. So I'm person-centered and existential, or I can use elements of CBT in the way that I work. Some therapies are just CBT or just Gestalt. Depends on your needs, you will get referred to whatever therapist. But there's over 5 different types of therapy, and I just do one. So what I specialise in is just knowing who you are, just like, why do you do the things you do? Why do you say the things you say? And the kind of clients that I get is anyone and everybody from the ages of 13 to 80. I ain't even lying, I've had 80-year-olds. I've had priests, doctors, nurses, roadman, anyone you can think of, I've had them all. Like, no one is exempt from mental health. So what my job is people come and see me and they come with a problem. So say if I'm feeling depressed or low, what's the opposite to that? I want to improve my mood. But they're stuck. They're stuck in the way that they are. And sometimes when we're stuck, we can't think of another way because they feel they've tried everything. So with my qualification, what that helps us to do is support that individual, give that individual the tools needed to get out of that particular situation. So we don't mind read, we don't do magic. You just present us the facts and we just help you sort it out. And what happens to people is, say if you've experienced trauma as a child, sometimes as a child we don't understand the trauma. It's not until we get to certain key ages of 15 or even having kids ourselves, we realise what we go through, and sometimes we can get depressed once realisation kicks in. Yo, that person used to treat me like that, or they abused me like that. We get angry, we get sad, and we don't know what to do with it because maybe that thing's past now, we can't do nothing about it, but we're left with all these thoughts and feelings. And in our community, we're not taught to talk about our thoughts and feelings because we just haven't got the time, we just don't know how. We've come out of slavery. therapy is not for, you know, the light-hearted. It is for the elites. It's for people that can afford to sit down and reflect. So therapy, I think, in the UK is just starting to get warmed up a little bit. USA, they've got it on lock. Man, them go therapy, girls go therapy, family therapy. I'm after my therapist, my shrink. They've got therapy on lock. Over here, you go in therapy, it's shameful. What, you're mad blood. It's just not the done thing. And hopefully this show, we can just burst some of them preconceived notions and stereotypes.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, and that's one of our biggest ambitions for the blue light providers, is for men to feel that they can talk. Like, even if it's not to a therapist, even if it's just to someone, rather than having certain thoughts and feelings, and you know, just know that you should be able to talk to someone, find someone to talk to. That's the whole point of this. That's what I think, anyway. Beautiful. And the reason why we call it providers is because, in our opinion, one of the main reasons for mental health is wanting to provide as a man. So whether or not you're doing a lot or even a little, and you're trying to do more, or you might think that you do, I don't know, like whatever your situation is, there's someone there for you to provide for, or even if it's just for yourself. And I feel like a lot of men get stuck in thinking that it's harder than it needs to be, if that makes sense.
100%.
You get what I'm trying to say? So as much as we feel, this is just my opinion, as much as you feel that you want to provide and you want to get things right and you want to make others happy and play your role or do your job, like, at the bare minimum, you've got someone there that can help you, and with that help should start with a conversation.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm trying to say? So that's what we're trying to achieve here. And you know, we did start with trying to like speak to others ourselves, but I'm not a qualified therapist or anything like that. I'm not saying that I can't speak to other people, but I just feel that, like, maybe if we got someone in who's qualified, like yourself, to like give therapy, it will give us a better understanding on how to talk to others. So, and then also, if you're willing to do this on camera, you know, because obviously a lot of therapists' work is like confidential. That's what it's about. So obviously, when we're doing this on the basis that we're okay with putting out this, and that
the person's fine and consensual in doing this, that they're aware that's their story is going to help others.
Exactly. So that's what it is. So there's a level of confidential that's not there, but it's to help others. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to achieve. So anything that I do say or not say, I'm hoping that someone takes something away from that and learns.
Just one person.
Just
one person.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that.
I don't even know how I got that out so smooth, you know. That's mad.
If this could just help one person, that would be good.
Yeah. So one thing to note, conversation that we have had, is that obviously you are a therapist and you are coming on camera, but you're also a person, and Charlotte, and you do have your own personality. The reason why I'm saying that is because, like, if I was to think about therapists, I don't see them. I wouldn't think. I'm just gonna think, oh, that's a therapist. They're one way, and that's it. But actually, meeting you and you coming here and the little conversations that we've had, I can tell that, you know, you still are your own person. You might even have your own problems, just like you said. You went through certain things. You got bullied in school. You overcome that, and also so on and so forth. So you have your own problems, but you also are educated in a way to help others discover how to deal with their problems, or, you know, aid it as much as you can, basically.
I think that's important for our viewers to know, that I'm not sitting here all knowing. I'm a facilitator, and like you said, what I'll try and do is help and advise best I can, and anything I say is a suggestion, it's not facts. But I'm a human. I make mistakes. I've made mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes.
You're a sinner.
I'm a big time sinner. But it's not about perfection. Therapy isn't about perfection and you being perfect. And I hope that really comes across. And I want to be relatable to your viewers to realize that there's different types of therapists. And when you go into therapy, it's about forming a relationship with your therapist. Almost like, yo, that's my girl, that's my friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, there needs to be that connection. Otherwise, therapy cannot work.
Yeah. I hear that.
So for me, it's just trying to enlighten the masses to what is therapy, and we're real people, and hopefully relatable as well. And I'll be sharing elements of myself and some of my stories if it can help other people.
Yeah, come on, man. That's respectable. And it's interesting as well, like, that you're a female. Obviously, like I said, well, the experience that you've got, you like, it suggests that you do know what you're doing. So, but like, I just think it's good to come from a female perspective and being able to help men, because like we said, it's a men's lifestyle podcast network. But it's not about alienating women, or it's not like we're sitting here saying, oh, yo, we only chat to man or anything. Not saying that you can't, but I'm trying to say that you can find comfort in anyone.
So what I'm thinking is, I might be thinking certain things that your female viewers might be wanting to
also
ask some of these guys, and
the
struggles that we go through, and man them could be like, no, but this is what it's about.
Yeah,
and
well,
like,
there you go.
Oh, that's what your man are doing.
All right.
So it's a two-way thing.
And that's Charlotte, they've got attitude there coming up too.
So it's a two-way thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm blessed and humbled just to be here at the table and able to I feel like I'm going to be the fly on the wall and be able to hear what the man them talk about and be like, but hold on a minute, are you like thinking about this and that?
Yeah, man. And then you're going to have your notebook and you're going to go home and say, yo, that man's damaged.
No. Never that, Speedy. Never that. Remember, we're not perfect. Positivity around here.
Come on. Big up, Leco. So where are we going with that now?
What do you mean?
Where do you want to go? I feel like we've done an introduction. I feel like 15 minutes of warming up.
You're not easy, you know. There's so many. Like, I don't know. Fire some questions at me.
But you can chat to me though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
well, tell me a little bit about you, because I don't really know about you, and I've shared. I feel a bit vulnerable and naked now. I need to know a little bit about you.
Ooh, a little bit about me.
Who are you?
I'm Shane Johnson.
Shane. Okay.
Yo, that's scary.
Where you from, Shane? Where you from? Tell me. You know what I like?
Go on.
So if this was a therapy session, I do a thing called like life story work. So let's hear it. Are you comfortable doing a bit of that for your viewers?
Well, if I'm not comfortable, I'll let you know, innit?
Okay, you're honest and open. Okay, just shut me down if anything I ask. Okay. So we can kind of understand your journey a little bit. So tell me a little bit about your mom, your dad, where you're from, where they're from. Do you have any siblings? Where you come in the line of that? And
I've got a little brother who's part of the cast as well. You probably meet him at some point. He's 18 now, and I've got an older sister. She's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
My mum and dad are obviously they're born here, but both Caribbean.
Okay.
They're not together. Split up about when I was about 16.
Okay.
Yeah. My mum's been ill for most of my life. So I've been a carer from when I was about 16, 17. Yeah.
How did that impact your life, do you think, being a carer from such a young age?
How did it impact my life? Just gave me a level of responsibility, I guess. Like, I've got someone I have to look after, and it's not my child, and I don't have a child yet. You get it? So I'll say from early, I've had a certain level of responsibility for someone else where I probably wasn't even responsible for myself. You get it? So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think you had to grow up a little bit before your time?
Definitely, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what that would mean to be growing up before my time. I don't feel like I didn't have a childhood.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't feel any older or any more grown up than anyone else, to be fair. So
Okay, so it feels like it was just normal life. Get on with it. It's what you had to do.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So, is your family close? Were they close when you were kids? Did you all get on fine?
My family.
Mom, dad, sister, brother.
My mom, obviously my mom and dad's from like when
Young.
16, 15,
16.
16, yeah. So
Okay.
it's family close. I'm closer to my mom's side of the family, just because I don't know. I just think it's more of a time thing. Where I used to be closer to my dad's side when I was younger. I don't know if I put it to I ain't had time. That's how I put it to. I don't know if that's what it is.
Okay.
But it's not something that I've chose to be more distant. It's just looking after my mom means that most of the things that I do is on my mom's side of the family.
Okay, so you kind of hit 16. Let's go back a little bit. What was school life like for you?
School life.
Any issues? I always like a good issue. Or was it good? Fine.
You know what? In school, I was the guy that used to float between different types of people. So you had the hood life, the gang kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you had like all the geeks and all that.
Okay.
You know what I'm say? And all that. But I would be
in between.
Yeah. You know
Was there a particular reason why you was like that, do you think, looking back?
Probably like, I don't know, like I was just fascinated to
get a bit of both.
Like just talk to different people to an extent.
Okay.
If I'm warm with you, then I could have conversations with anyone.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm kind of antisocial to an extent. Like put me in certain social settings, and I feel like I start closing up a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Or
how do you know you're closing up? What happens?
I'm just looking at everyone else talking and thinking, I don't even know how to fit in this. Like, you get it?
Okay. So you don't talk as much. You might be a bit more quieter than normal.
I think I have to work things out before I actually
say something.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So primary school, was that primary school you was talking about, or secondary? The secondary school. Okay. Yeah. So if you had to go back and tell yourself at 16 anything, is there anything you'd say to your younger self?
At 16? Save your money, bro.
Why? What was you spending it on?
Stupid stuff.
At 16, what did we have back then? Was it Blackberries, phones?
Clothes. Yeah.
110s, TNs.
Everything.
Okay.
Where the things that you couldn't get because your mom and your dad ain't getting you no money for none of these things, I'm buying now.
Okay. But that sounds kind of ambitious.
Yeah, I know, but if I look back at it now, I don't care about them things. So I would be telling myself, you're not going to care about them things. So
save your money.
Yeah.
Which, if you did save your money, what would that have enabled you to do quicker, maybe?
Everything that I'm doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably not lead me to go down certain paths that I ended up in.
Certain paths? Can you elaborate, Speedy?
Like going to jail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. What age was jail?
20. What age? I think I eventually went at 28, I think.
28, okay.
Yeah. But it was like for something when I was like 24, I was on bail for like a hell of a long time. So by the time I went, I'd already like done my sentence in my head. Did you get it? And I was already waiting to like live life. But I'd done a long time on bail and then done a long sentence. Not a long sentence, but 3 years.
Okay.
And then obviously that time I'm just waiting to just get back to normal then.
Is that a lot of thinking time, a reflective time?
A lot of thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So the young boy them that are listening, save your money.
Save your money.
Save your money.
Definitely. 100%.
Okay. Is there anything else that you feel we need to know? So like halfway through your life story.
I got a little boy and I got a little girl now. So my boy is 9 years old, and my girl's almost 2. 2 different mothers.
2 different mothers.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask you now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any learning in that? Anything you can share to our viewers about that? And with reflection and hindsight where you are now? What you might do differently, or what you're content with, what you're proud of?
I feel like I'm still learning, you know. I'm still learning. I can't even say I wouldn't do anything differently. I wouldn't change my situations for the world, to be honest. But I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm still learning to handle relationship situations. I'm still learning to handle my own visions versus time spent and, you know, understanding other people.
What do you mean understanding other people?
Because obviously, like, everyone's got their own way that they see things, innit? And sometimes, because I know I want to do so much, I'd expect everyone else wants to do as much as me, and they don't. You get it? So maybe I can come across a bit full on with
your loved ones.
Yeah, or like just
expectations.
Expectations. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like you're aware though.
Yeah, I am.
So when you have all this awareness, does it help?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to teach my brain to be aware.
Okay.
I have to figure out new ways of being aware.
Okay.
Sometimes you can I feel like I can get trapped in my own mind of, yo, this is like, to me, this is like 1 + 1 = 2, and I'm getting like people giving me answers of 5 and 6. Like, what's going on? And then obviously you have to just like recalibrate and think, yo, there's better ways of handling things, letting people see things from different ways and angles, and then trying to get on with things without compromising myself, but and also understanding that not everything can be understood by everyone. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm talking to myself, but I know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think we could go deeper into that, but I'm gonna be gentle with you today. I won't shred you apart.
Come on, man.
Because I want examples. I love a good example. Because sometimes we say one and this, and I don't know what this one is or this is. So I need the example.
Examples. So like, obviously at the moment, we're doing this podcast. Yeah, there's a lot of females involved. It's gonna be heavy on a female to, you know, on a relationship to know that you're gonna be around so many. So
right.
Sometimes I don't understand that, and I think, yo, this is business. Like, well, you know what I mean? But you gotta, like I said, recalibrate. No, it is business, but people may feel a certain way.
Right. Yeah.
And then, but obviously that mixed with obviously a lot of other things that I've got going on. Like, I'm trying to do a lot more than. I'm a busy person. I stay busy. I'm trying to achieve things, and I don't know. A lot of it is as well is like. I feel like I'm stuck in certain time constraints where obviously I'm a full-time carer for my mum as well, innit? So
okay,
and obviously my mum's bedbound now, so like a lot of my time goes to making sure she's all right.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So then I've got to
use the remainder of your time wisely
with
balancing
the family and making sure that I'm progressing in life. Do you get it? So all of that there is in my brain. But sometimes I can think that everyone else knows that. But
so I'm sensing there's a sense of frustration or urgency about you.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
So that might come across to other people as you expect a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's rewind a bit. So you was hitting something there. So how did you deal with, you're around lots of women and people are like, yo, how do I deal with that? How did you deal with it? Or how are you dealing with it? Was it more conversations about that? Boundaries?
Nah, no boundaries. No boundary. Well, yeah, but I don't know. Like I says in the beginning, you kind of just expect people to to just understand. But then you start realizing you can't, and then you start doing things for them to understand in terms of like making compromises. All right, then I'm gonna show you that it's okay because I'm gonna be showing you that I'm gonna be coming home now. You get what I'm trying to say, or you know, like just like little things where I wouldn't care about before.
So I'm hearing you saying is you might communicate a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you might have that person. You might have said to them, "Yo, what I'll do is let you know I'm only going to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to communicate with you that I'm on my way home now."
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Obviously,
that might put the person's anxiety at ease with that situation.
Maybe if I was I don't know. I don't know. The communication thing is hard because, like, you can communicate, but people can still take you the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? Or sometimes I can feel that. Why am I giving so much communication to something that it's not that
deep?
Yeah, it's not that deep
To you?
Yeah.
What about to the person?
That's what I'm trying to say.
But it's deep to them.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but then it's mad, man. It's hard work.
It's hard. But this is why I'm here. Because I think men get a bit stuck with the communication. Yeah. It's a lot. It's really. Yeah. But women, we talk a lot and we need it. Yeah. We need it. We need the communication. No, we need 100%. To know that you understand how we're feeling.
100%. I'm getting there.
That's why I'm kind of drawing it out of you.
Yeah. Nah, I'm getting there. Trust me.
We're quite specific. Yeah. Do you mean what time are you going to get back?
Yeah. Now, you know what it is? I'm getting there, man.
We're all getting there. Yeah.
Like I said,
every day we're learning.
Like I said, that's all mixed, with knowing that I've got other purposes and other things to deal with. And I do sometimes think, people should know that it's not that easy for me. And sometimes I do feel like, if I don't put as much effort into what I'm doing, I can just end up in no man's land. You get it?
And it's finding that balance, though, isn't it? It's so hard. So hard. There's not enough hours in the day.
Why are you really breaking me down, man?
Sorry.
This is scary, man.
So we've only done a little bit of your life story. Yeah. I feel like how that would work in therapy would be, you would kind of say, Charlotte, I think I need some support with my relationship or communication. Yeah. So as you're telling me your life story, I'm listening out for, where did communication go wrong? Yeah. So I'll be asking more questions towards, how do you talk with people? I'll be looking at your interactions with people. Yeah. So first we'll always start with, what's the problem? What have you come here for? What's the aim? Yeah. And we do that thing called life story, which is you telling me your life story. And sometimes it can feel a bit intrusive, can't it?
Yeah.
Like, what, you want to know all of this?
Yeah.
But I suppose you're on the camera, so
man.
You know,
and some people
we don't want to expose you too much.
You know
your business. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes.
People calling me a liar and it's a fucking liar.
Get the comments after. It's liars, lying to us all.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for sharing, Speed. I think it's vital what you were saying, man. I think men find it really hard sometimes, and women, to communicate their true thoughts and feelings. And communication is so hard. We've got these things called words, but I think we all have different meanings to things. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily tally up to what you feel it means to what I mean. What I think's good, you might not necessarily think that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to meet first of all first of all, understand the language that we're speaking.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You got to get to understand the language and then accept people for who they are also.
That's hard though, you know. I think a lot of people have got a lot of expectations.
Yeah, I don't have expectations. But
what?
Nah, I don't have
Sure?
Nah, I don't.
You can have a little.
The only expectations that I have is that when I'm speaking, you know that it's coming from a good place.
So you expect that person to know that?
Yeah.
Because
otherwise, why would I say it?
But have you told them that it comes from a good place? How does that person know?
Yeah.
Unless they get to know you and know they can go by their experience. Yeah, I've known Speedy for 5 years and everything he says is from a good place. Then fair enough. But if I'm just meeting you, all right, comes from a good place. How am I going to know that?
It's true. Unless
you say, yo, Shah.
Nah, it's true.
Everything I say comes from love. That's what I tell my clients, literally. Yeah. I'm honest, but it comes from a place of love. Literally, that's one of the first things I tell my clients. Yeah. So they're prepared for the honesty. Yeah?
I hear that.
Okay. I think sometimes we have expectations, but we don't share it. And I think you were saying I don't have any expectations. The only expectation I have is that people know that whatever I say comes from a good place. That's so nice.
Yeah, I'm not a saint though, but I try to be. It's not fucking nice, it's chatting shit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But yo, how long have we been going for? 35. I'm sweating.
Come on, Lex. Let's go.
Yo, this is looking scary for Lex, you know. Obviously.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
What's he going to tell me?
I don't
What's
know.
going on?
Yeah. Obviously, he's in next, isn't it? So.
He's next. Okay, we'll get him later. Lexi.
But yeah, as I says, yeah, like I think if you used to do this with everyone, you get different people, you get different things from everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think even with in the team, we've all got different qualities that's all brought us together to create one thing. You get what I'm trying to say? So even just to break it down and find out who each individual team member is crucial to understand what we're trying to do. You get it? Because even with like the podcast, the red light, a lot of people will think, oh yeah, they just got holes on there. Yeah, not holes, but that's
Frisky girl, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
I've seen it.
Yeah, mad.
Gets live in here.
Mad. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not here on those days.
But, nah, man, you're gonna sit down here. But yeah, anyways, yeah, man, like it's just I don't know, man, like we're trying to create something, innit? Where we're showing different sides of men. Then you get it, and different conversations and different ways that we would have conversations.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And even certain times, even learning. So even like with this year, I want to be able to speak to others, not like I'm you, but take certain qualities away of how you would engage in conversation and have them back with certain people that I feel need it. Do you get it? Or people who might not want to use a therapist or might just want to use a friend or just like another man or something.
I mean, if anyone can use this show and take little snippets of how we talk to people and the questioning that we ask or our reasoning or our rationale, amazing. You know, because communication, it's important to learn how to listen to other people and respect listening and
that's
how to
something
talk healthily as well. Like, hopefully we can have difference of opinion but still be fine at the end of it.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So if people can take skills from any one of us at this table, we're doing good stuff. And I think this is so needed, Speedy. So needed.
Come on, man. Come on.
Like mental health. I was doing a little bit of research before I came, and you know, stats and statistics, black men are at the moment the most highest in society of getting a serious mental health. I'm talking psychosis, which is schizophrenia. Those big diagnoses, as opposed to black women, they're going to get depression and stress and anxiety. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, one's worse than the other, but that shows you the level of, if we're not going to do things like this, we're going to see mental health like just go through the roof, especially through
100%.
COVID as well. COVID's just had this mad ripple effect.
It's true, because sometimes I think to myself, yo, like, I go through some shit. I've been going through some shit, and I'm thinking, if I was somebody else, I don't know if I'd be able to handle this, man. Do you get it? But, like, maybe that's just me overthinking things.
No, you're right, because there's always going to be someone that's a little bit more frailer than you, more vulnerable than you. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for, what if someone's not as able as us? Do you know what I mean? Let this show help them. And there's different levels, different types of people and understanding.
Yeah, because like I say, like I could be going through something, and then get my emotion involved and then handle it wrong, or say something wrong, which is now spiraling, and then I have to go think. I go backwards in time and think, yo, where could I have changed this for it to not have got to where it needs to.
Right.
And then I go back and I find the point in my head where I think it is.
Yeah.
And then if I'm faced with that again, I try to change it, and then I get the wrong answer about 10 times before I seemingly get it right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? But I don't think everyone handles things like that. I think most people will handle it in the same way over and over again until they get themselves in the spiral of
out of control. Yeah. You're spot on, actually. I mean, everyone deals with things differently, but as humans, we all have stress and anxiety and mental health. There's no one that it ain't ever going to touch. And I think anyone that sits there, I don't need therapy, it's a lie.
Yeah.
We all need it. And I think we need to look at it as like we go to the dentist, we get our teeth checked out minimum yearly. That's your teeth. We go to the GP about our physical condition, but we're not thinking about our mind, because we're never taught. We're not taught about how our mind works, and it is an organ, and it does affect how we feel. And I can do some experiments to show people on here maybe next time that the mind affects how we feel. And if we feel like shit, we ain't gonna get out of bed. Yeah. So that cliche, let's be positive, it's a big thing. It's about your mindset. And if you understand how it works, and hopefully it's what I'm going to teach you, viewers, mind control. Don't let your mind control you. It's about you controlling your mind. And this is what we're living with. Like, we're just out here, not understanding, not connecting that we've got the power to change how we feel, which means our behaviour. Yeah. But the BAME community in this country, you know, we're living...
Explain what BAME is.
Black and ethnic minorities. I don't like these titles, but, you know...
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is, So, meaning that we are like, 30% of the UK?
Yeah.
And we are in poverty. And we know if people are in poverty, they're more likely to be more susceptible to mental health, gangs, drugs, poor housing conditions. And our people are in that category. There's only a few of us that get out of it. So we've been raised in bad mental health conditions. And it's just this perpetuating cycle that ain't stopping. And I think we're looking to the wrong people to be role models.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we're putting celebrities high up there, and these celebrities have got so much goddamn issues. You could show me a couple of them and I'll tell you that person's got that and that and that. You know, we've got to stop looking at these people like that's what we need to aspire to.
It's not even just that though.
Focus on ourselves.
Nah, but we are in a time of influence. So I think people try to find a role model in anyone, and then they get a load of followers, and then what they do with that influence is obviously going to be a positive or a negative in society. But that's what I'm trying to say. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to have our own influence, and use it for what we see beneficial to our people. That's the whole point of it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, to hold influence and use it to let people know, do good, and let people know you can transition and be a better person from the place that you come from. You get it? There's a different mindset that you can pick up. Like, and we're trying, man. Trying.
No, you are. You're doing great things, man.
Yeah. Trying. But I think we've been going on for let's call it a wrap there.
Okay.
I've been Sinner Speed. You've been.
Don't forget to ask your viewers to send in some questions.
Oh any questions, or where are we putting the questions? Insta. Just send. You know what it is. If you got any queries or anything that you want advice on, like, we've got the anonymous confession box where you can send in things already.
Nice.
That goes to the Red Show. But if you want to send a DM straight to the Sinners Podcast for any questions, or if you need any help with anything, or if you think this show's for you and you want to come and sit down and talk and help others, this is about helping others as much as it is yourself. So it's not like if you need therapy, then you need to go to a therapist on a one-on-one basis, isn't it? So just understand the difference. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here sitting here crying on well, not crying, but, you know, sharing what I'm sharing.
Not yet. Like, being gentle today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep it gentle, please. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Sending any questions or whatever to the Sinners Podcast Instagram, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, Anyways, I've been Cinespeed. This is Charlotte,
Yeah. Bye.
the therapist, and we're out.
See ya.